Hey guys, what we have here is a Mac Mini. I think it's a 2007 model, and it comes with OS X Tiger, which you can upgrade to OS X Lion. So what I like about the Mac Mini is it's very small for a desktop, but it still runs perfectly. So you got the old design of the Mac Mini. They now have a new unibody design. You got the DVD drive, you got the light. On the other side, you got all your ports. You got the fan, DVI, 4 USB 2.0 ports, Kensington security slot, audio in and out. You got the power, Ethernet, and Firewire 400, as well as the power button over here. So now the specs on this thing is that it has an Intel Core 2 Dual, the first Mac Mini to do so. It has 2 gigs of RAM, which is, I believe it's DDR2 667 megahertz each. It could be upgraded to 3 gigs, but I got it with 2 gigs for 180. So now it's time to finally boot it up. So now I've just plugged it in, and for the moment you've all been waiting for, let's turn it on. So you got the startup chime, then the screen turns on, and the Apple logo. As you can see, it is booting into Mac OS 10.7 Lion, which is the maximum Mac OS you can actually install on this machine. The reason why? It's because it has Lion is the last Mac OS 10 to have a 32-bit kernel. And this Mac Mini does not support 64-bit kernels, despite the fact that it can run 64-bit architecture. And that's probably one of the reasons why many people have been able to actually get Mountain Lion, Mavericks, and even Yosemite running on these old Intel machines. Now, when I got this machine, it actually came with Leopard, although I did install Tiger on it for a while. In my opinion, I would say Tiger would be the last operating system that had the Aqua design. And then after that, with Leopard, they completely revamped the design, just like they did with Yosemite. So now the startup process is almost complete. I should expect to see a log. Oh, it just went straight into it. So as you can see, it went to the desktop and it is running OS X Lion, as you can see with the background. So we got the launch pad. It is a little buggy, but it's not that smooth as I thought. I also got Office 2011 installed on this, as well as Google Chrome, which is unfortunately no longer supported. Now let's go into about this Mac and see what we have here. Mac OS X version 10.7, 2 GHz Intel Core 2 Dual, 2 GB 667 MHz DDR2 RAM, and the startup disk Untitled 1. Another thing is I also have Boot Camp on this, so in fact let's actually restart into Windows 7. So as you can see, it's now booting into Windows 7 via Boot Camp. It shouldn't take that long. The reason why I put Windows 7 on this is because despite the fact that it's an outdated system, Microsoft Windows indeed does need some love. I would put Windows 10 on this though, but I already have it on one of my other computers. So you got the welcome screen, Windows 7 Professional. So I did put the classic background on it just because I prefer it a little more. And you can hear the startup. So as you can see, I'm just going to check the Windows version. I believe this is service. No, it's the original. No service pack. I think it's just the OEM. So that's it. Windows 7 Professional, build 7600. Let's go into Control Panel. Now, when I did install it before putting in the boot camp drivers, I actually got the Aero theme automatically working. I think it was built in on the display drivers. The display drivers were just generic, so it just already had the drivers. So as you can see, my boot camp drive and my Mac drive, I definitely haven't used anything on Windows yet. Let's go back into Control Panel. System and Security, and the system. Now, I know it says Dell because I installed this from a Dell DVD, but nevertheless, Windows 7 Professional 2009, 2 GB of RAM, 32-bit, basically the same. And there's only one processor, by the way. So it runs Mac and Windows, latest versions, although this can go up to 10. I'm going to do that in a later video, looks that way. So basically, this is my review of my Mac Mini 2007. In general, I find this to be a really good computer if you want to switch from Windows to Mac. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it below. Thank you all for watching and see you guys later.